and anything lazy today. Also picked in this new Hello, my dears. You have probably noticed I've been somewhat quiet on social media recently, and it is because literally everything in my life is shifting and changing. Literally everything in my life is shifting and changing. So in this video, we are going to catch up on everything that has been going on, basically finding the courage to actually build the life that I've been dreaming of with my husband. If you noticed something looks a little bit different, it's because we just moved. So I am in my new apartment. There is shit everywhere. We just got here a couple days ago and I'm like very much still in the process of unpacking everything. So we're gonna unpack, we're gonna put together this beautiful new apartment together, and I'm gonna tell you everything about what has been going on. First order of business is these closets. So we have these two like beautiful big walk-in closets. There's the lights. Still like figuring out where everything is in this place. Okay. Closet lights. These two beautiful like deep walk-in closets with all sorts of space, but I'm having so much trouble. And then my husband's is over here. It's like a little bit smaller, but pretty much the same size. He's not mad about it, don't worry. But I'm just having trouble like organizing, and I needed to get more hangers because I'm trying to hang my pants and stuff now. So I got these bins. I need to pull these out for us to look at. And then I got more hangers because I ran out because we broke so many. And then I also have this suitcase which is literally filled with shoes right now, so I just need to figure out like how to organize this. And what better time than now while we're hanging out in my closet for me to tell you about kind of the big changes that have been going on. So first of all, and this is the big one, I quit my 9-to-5 job. Here is a little recap of that day, a little TikTok video that I posted about this whole thing that kind of gives like a brief explanation. And yes, I did film myself quitting my job. Of course I did. Who would I be if I didn't do that? So here it is. Let's roll that back. You may have noticed that I've been a little quiet on here recently, and it's because literally everything in my life is changing. I'm finally doing all the things that I've wanted to do, that I've said I'm going to do. I'm taking bold leaps. There is so much to update you guys on, but to start off with, we need to go back to this moment. We're about to log on to the meeting where I'm going to quit my 9-to-5 job. I literally can't believe I'm even saying that. I'm so freaking nervous. I have decided to resign from my position at Massart. I'm not going to another job. I am leaving to pursue my business and my creative practices full time because I feel like it's been coming for a while. The other parts of my life have just been like really asking for my attention, and I've kind of been like ignoring it. My things are the thing that I need to focus on now. So yeah, I finally quit my 9-to-5 job. As soon as I did it, I felt like a huge weight off of my shoulders. It is way overdue. I was hanging on to security. I was hanging on to the fact that I have a really wonderful 9-to-5 job that values me, that's creative work, that's all these beautiful things. It's not toxic. It's not terrible. It's not soul-sucking corporate. It truly was working for me for so long. But that time has been over for a while. There's nothing wrong with the job. It's a job so many people would be so happy to have. I have just outgrown it. It's time for me to move on. It's been time for me to move on for several years now. And this is one change that's the catalyst for so many other changes that are coming up here. I'm on scholarship taking a poetry course in Provincetown for the next week. And then a couple of days after I get back, we are moving. So stick around if you want to see what all of the other changes are and how I'm going to be building my life around my business and my creative practices. Can't believe I finally did it. I've been telling you guys for years now that I was eventually going to quit my job, that I was never like truly cut out to be a 9-to-5er, and that it was just a temporary thing, and that, you know, I've been working so hard on building my business, and that I really wanted to be spending more time working on my art and creative practices and doing things for me and blah 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 blah. And guess who literally had kept her 9-to-5 job for 5 years, which like for part of that time it was definitely serving me. Like I learned a lot there, and I really did benefit a ton from having the like steady income and all the benefits and all of that stuff for a while. And like I was saying in that little video, like I'm so fortunate that my 9-to-5 job was great. It was an amazing job. I was really valued there. I got 2 promotions during my time there. Like, people respected me. Like, it was a really great job to have. Hold on, you guys. My husband is calling me. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, I have no idea what we were talking about because I was just on FaceTime with my husband for like an hour. He is doing like a little solo hiking trip, which is incredible. He never does anything by himself or like for himself for that matter, so I'm so proud of him. I got more hangers so I can finally hang the rest of my clothes that I couldn't hang before. Well, that's just a gorgeous angle. But yeah, I know we were talking about quitting my job. So yeah, that was a huge decision. Like a lot of fear around like whether or not I would be able to make it work on my own, which is so wild because there's so many people out there who quit their jobs with no backup plan and just like send it and try to make it work and all of this stuff. And that's not my situation at all. Like, I've been running my business for 5+ years. Numbers wise, obviously it's still like a little bit risky just because it's a new thing, but like all signs lead to the fact that this is very much doable for me. So if I'm still scared and freaking out when I do have a backup plan, and it took me years and years to quit even if I had a backup plan, like numbers wise, obviously it's still like a little bit risky just because it's a new thing, but like all signs lead to the fact that this is very much doable for me. So if I'm still scared and freaking out when I do have a backup plan, and it took me years and years to quit even if I had a backup plan, like imagine if I didn't have anything lined up. I'm a very like careful, meticulous, and logical person, and I feel like in some senses, obviously that's a good thing because that's probably what's allowed me to build a business that works so well. But at the same time, I feel like it can really hold me back because I'm constantly like calculating based on logic instead of calculating based on like passion and belief. That was a very wordy way of saying that this transition is like overdue. I probably was genuinely ready to quit my 9-to-5 job for like 2 years now, maybe at least a year now. So excited to get started like in earnest on all of the stuff that I want to be doing and like pouring more time into it. But now I have to like work up until my last day, and I just feel like so burnt out and so ready for it to be over, which I will talk a little bit more later about like what I'm going to be doing now, like what work looks like for me, what my income is going to be made up of. Because I also know I have a lot of you on this channel who are very like-minded to me, who are creatives, and who may not, like me, be cut out for that 9-to-5 world, at least not forever. Okay, so I hung up the rest of the clothes now that I had enough hangers. So now I need to handle this floor.
Hi, Cole. How's my Coco baby?
Guys, this doesn't look that much better, but I promise that it is. I used all of those bins. This has like socks and tights, underwear, bras, and then the back is stuff that I don't use as much, so they're a little buried. Extra accessories, bathing suits, this is pajamas, and then just some of the shoes that I don't wear quite as often. The ones that I wear the most are in our front closet, and then I put the laundry bin here. So it doesn't look amazing, but it is much more organized. So put up these hooks on the side door so that a few like bags and belts and stuff that I wear a lot can just be here ready for me to use. It is now the next day. It is Saturday. I have been feeling so lazy today. I got up pretty early and went into town in Salem because literally we moved here on Tuesday and I've barely left the house because I've been unpacking and not doing much of anything else. So I walked around, I grabbed a coffee, I got a really good almond croissant. So when I came back and was working, it took like a few hours. I was working on a TikTok video that I wanted to post about moving. I have not revealed to TikTok yet where I'm moving. So I was just making a video that was kind of like a tribute to my time in Boston and letting people know that we were moving and all of that sort of thing. So it was like a big compilation of like a lot of footage that I've had from the past 7-8 years. So it took forever to gather the footage, to edit it, and to like write the voiceover and make sure it matched up the way that I wanted it to. But I finally got that posted, and then afterwards I just ate lunch. Hi, Emmy. Say hi to YouTube. This is my daughter. This is my daughter. After that, I just ate lunch and have literally just been sitting on the couch watching reruns of Love Island for a few hours. I feel like I am like rotting into the couch. I am stuck in this weird in-between right now because I'm like super burnt out from everything that I've been doing over the last 5+ years. As I mentioned, I quit my job, and one of the reasons behind that is that I've just been so overwhelmed and so overworked because I do so many different things that it's not allowing me to do anything to my full potential. And I feel like honestly it's gonna take me a while to recover from that, but I'm not done with my 9-to-5 job yet. Almost there, but I'm not there yet. So I'm in this phase where I'm like, okay, I just want to like, oh my god, I swear to god, my husband knows every time I start filming because he just FaceTimed me again. Okay, we are back. But yeah, so I was telling you guys, I just kind of feel like I'm in this in-between place. I'm really ready to like feel energized about this next phase of my life and like really dive into my work, into like improving myself in this new phase where I actually have some time to like care and take care of myself and all of these things. But I'm not there yet, and I'm just feeling so like tired. And when I am like lazy or taking a rest or just like watching a show or something, I'm feeling like, oh well, I could be doing this, I could be doing that, I could be working out, I could be writing, I could be blah 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 blah, and I get so like down on myself. And I feel like part of that too is just like programming that I'm gonna need to unlearn in this new chapter of my life. I feel like I have a lot of healing to do. So let me know if you know of any good like resources, like whether it be like podcasts or books or anything like that for nervous system healing, for holistic healing. In this in-between phase, I'm just trying to be as gentle and present with myself as humanly possible. But I figured I would take a little break from being lazy and do a few more things around the apartment with you guys. I want to actually like hang some stuff on the walls today, which is a little bit nerve-wracking because most things I do with command strips, and that makes it easy because it's like if you fuck up whatever, you just pull it off. But I have like a big painting. Hold on, let me show you. I have two bigger things that need to be hung up with like actual equipment, and they're both in the bedroom here. So I have this big painting. I think the painting is gonna go above our bed. Then I have this mirror, which I think would look really nice over this dresser. And the mirror can lean on the dresser, but I feel like it might be nicer if it's hung. I have my tools. Attempt to use this thing to, it's a stud finder, to make sure that I can put the nails in the spot that I want to, but we will see if I actually know how to use this. I am usually the kind of person who totally wings it. I just like look at the wall and find what I think is the center and hammer it straight in. But I'm gonna try to be careful. So I'm gonna measure like where the middle of the bed is. I'm gonna do all the things. Sounded and felt like a stud, so I think I used the thing right. I think I just did that right on the first try. Yo, wait, I'm so happy. Okay, I thought it was off center for a second, but I realized it was just because the bed wasn't made, so it looked lopsided, but it's actually perfectly centered. I'm so thrilled. Okay, next up is the mirror, and I need to decide if I want it to be centered or off to one side. I'm gonna start with centered and let's see how it looks. I think centered is the way to go. And I'm actually not too mad at how it looks just leaning on the bureau instead of being hung up. What do you guys think? Am I just being lazy? Or does that actually look, well, obviously there's a mess here, but just ignore that. I think it actually kind of looks good leaning. I feel like maybe it needs like one more thing, some kind of picture, like some kind of frame like behind here or here to add a little bit of extra like texture dimension. All right, I've added Demon Cat. I think I'm pretty happy with it now. All right, final answer. And you guys can let me know if the mirror actually looks good leaning like that or if I'm just being lazy. Okay, that was fun stuff, but there is also boring stuff that needs doing, such as the fact that this bathroom has a very tall ceiling. So our shower curtain is like woefully too short. It does absolutely nothing. So I had to buy a new longer one, and it's just come in the mail. That is the right length for this shower curtain. What do you think, Emmy? Do you approve? Doing super well with all of the unpacking tasks and such. There's only like a few more things left to do. There is a bunch of stuff that we need to get rid of that, like, while it's in perfectly good condition, just like didn't work in this particular space. I got rid of like half my books before we moved, which was quite the process, but even still my books are filling this giant bookshelf and still some of them don't fit. So the ones that I decided to like leave out off to the side are basically all of the, oh, my Emmy's asking for pets. Sweet girl. That's a sweet baby girl. I left out all of the literary journals and such that my poetry has been published in. So those are like extra special to me. I got this bookshelf, I think they call it like a spine bookshelf, where it's like tall and thin and has like little shelves and just a few books fit on each shelf. I figured that would be a perfect way to showcase these journals that are like a little bit more special to me because they have my work in them. So I'm just gonna put on a show or something in the background and go ahead and build this. I don't know how complicated it's gonna be. It could take 2 seconds or it could take a long time unexpectedly. So let's see how it goes. For the day now. I got all dressed mainly just because I have a lot of work to do today and I want to focus, and I'm one of those people who, like, when I clean up, you know, and like feel like a person, I definitely focus better. So I think I have a few things that I still want to do around the apartment today. So I do think that I'm just gonna go work in one of the like co-working spaces in my building. Like, one con about this apartment, I would say, is that the bathroom doesn't really have any storage. So we bought like a over toilet storage situation thing, and that I believe has arrived. They actually sent us the wrong color first, so I have a box of the wrong color one just kind of sitting here that I need to figure out how to get rid of. They said I don't have to return it, but I also like don't have anywhere else to put it, so yeah, we'll see what I do with that. Anyways, since we last spoke, our bar stools came in. They have a bunch of crap on them right now, obviously, but I think they actually work really perfectly in this space. I like the wood instead of like having just like all white, because I feel like it really like warms up the space, makes it not too sterile. I hate like a white and gray boring design situation. So I love these. I'm really happy with them. This is all of the like random building things that I've been using for stuff. So the house is still like a little bit of a mess, which bothers me so much, but you know what? It has to be that way temporarily. I just have to put up with it. I think I'm gonna be extra. My husband just got me these gorgeous Doc Martens for my birthday. They're the vegan leather like platform Jadens. They're the monochrome, so they don't have the white or yellow like stitching. I do want to kind of break them in because I'm going to be commuting into the city a lot this fall, and I have a feeling these are going to be like my everyday kind of shoe. So even though I'm literally just walking down the hall of my building to go get some work done, I'm going to wear my shoes so that I can start breaking them in. I don't know if any of y'all are like elder emos like me, but I remember back in the day when you used to get Doc boots and they would hurt like absolute hell for like weeks. You would have to just like endure breaking them in. These ones don't have that like cut off here that made the heel really painful. It's just like one line all the way up. So I have a feeling these are going to be much nicer, but they are still Doc boots, so. Been on quite the journey since the last time I picked up this camera. I'm sorry if you can hear like the fan noise in the background. You will know why in a second. I honestly was going to give up on this vlog, not publish anything, not show you guys anything, because I was so like annoyed and frustrated with what was going on. But my husband sort of reminded me like people want to see the good and the bad, and like it's important to show positive and negative experiences and not just like make out like life is perfect all the time basically. So I decided, you know what, we are gonna publish this vlog and I am gonna tell you guys what's going on. Basically, like a little more than a week after we moved in, we had a leak. There was like water coming from the fire sprinkler, and like, okay, fine, whatever. So we called some folks in, and basically we thought that it was resolved, but things just kept happening. Like from there, it just got worse and worse, to the point where there was like a pretty major leak and like water damage in our bathroom. Basically, we've had to do like a whole, you know, process of drying it out, remediation. They had to cut out the walls and like make sure that the wood was dry, and then we had people coming in to do reconstruction, put back in drywall, and basically that's been going on for the last like several weeks. And today was supposed to be the last day of all of this, and the painter was just coming back literally to like finish the job and paint the walls over, and he goes, I have bad news for you. It looks like the leak above you was actually never resolved. It's still leaking. So now they can't finish the work. Our apartment there's still the leak like coming through the ceiling and on the wall. It's not like physically dripping, but like you can see the water damage basically in the corner of the wall on this like brand new wall that they just put in after fixing this. So basically the entire time that we've lived here, I've just been dealing with like maintenance and construction. And at this point we're just like, you know, trying to negotiate with the company to like get us some money off of our rent, because this is freaking ridiculous, and the original problem that started all of this still hasn't actually been dealt with. So that's what's been going on. I'm trying to just like stay positive, still try to like settle in, you know, try to enjoy my time here, try to get back into work. It is really hard though. Like things like this can really derail you more than you realize. Let me show you the situation going on in the bathroom right now.
Hi, cutie. Are you sitting on Mom's notebook? Sweet girl.
There's the fan. It's drying there where the leak was coming from. I don't know if you can really see it or not, but you can see like the work that they were doing is unfinished. Basically, they just had the last thing to do, which was finishing up this paint, but then they were like, all right, it is still actually leaking from there, so there's no reason for us to paint. So here we are back at square one. But I did get this thing for our bathroom so that we have a place to put some stuff. So there wasn't a ton of storage in here, so that's progress. I also put up our little sign from our wedding above the door. I always like to put it kind of near the entrance. And I also put up an evil eye. I mean, clearly we need something to ward off the negative energy because there has been a lot of negative energy. So hopefully I just put this up. Hopefully it helps clear away all the negativity that's in the air right now. It has taken a while, but I have finally curated everything that I think I need to put together my gallery wall, which is going to go over the couch. I've just been kind of like searching around Salem and different like shops and stuff, and we finally found the last few like prints that we need at Salem Flea Marketplace, which is basically all the sellers who are at the flea market, but like in an indoor building year round. I have switched the like setup of these about a million times, but this is kind of what I'm thinking as of now. Some of this stuff we already had, some of it we just bought. This is a handmade piece from this woman. Her business is called Ghost Wolf Handmade, and that is like a real ethically sourced, preserved butterfly. So I love this piece so much. And then the kind of last pieces of the puzzle were this print and this one, which are from the same artist and kind of match. And then we also found this beautiful moth, and I got this bronze kind of vintage frame for it to match with that so that not all the frames were black. This one we also picked up here in Salem. This is by the same illustrator who did my favorite oracle deck called Woodland Wardens, and the illustrator's name is Jessica Rue. So when we saw that she had prints on sale, we were like, yes, we absolutely need this. And then this one we also got from a local shop here in Salem. I forget who the illustrator is, but we found it at Witch City Wicks, which has been one of my favorite like little shops to get some things from. So I'm thinking this is the setup. It's gonna go up there on that plain wall. Okay, I think my camera deleted the clip of me actually putting all of this up, but here we are. I didn't measure or like level anything. I literally just like freeballed it and went with the vibes. And I think it looks pretty damn good. And we can obviously add things on as time goes on, which is really exciting as well. I love her. I think this looks amazing. And it's also just so wonderful to be featuring so many local artists from here in Salem. All right, my dears, now that it's taken over a month to film this video and get it out to you all, I think it's time to end the moving vlog. It is almost October, finally feeling a little bit more settled in, and obviously the whole issue with the leaking is completely resolved. I'm just hoping that like, it's, you know, this is a pretty new building. I'm hoping that there's not gonna be a lot of issues like that going forward. So that was kind of just like an unfortunate start to the new chapter, but we got through it, we're here, and also have kind of been finally focusing a little bit more on my work and my business and really getting back into the swing of like what my routine is going to look like. So a lot of the vlogs going forward, I'm working on like a fall vibes kind of vlog right now, but aside from that, I think a lot of it is going to be kind of how I'm situating myself in this new lifestyle, this new chapter, kind of the new goals that I'm setting for myself, how I'm setting up my days, how I'm taking care of myself and kind of recovering from burnout and all of the hustling that I've been doing over the last 5 years, and just also like exploring Salem, being in a new space. All of that sort of thing is going to be where I focus my YouTube videos going forward. So I hope you'll stick around. I hope you enjoyed this video. As I said, the next one coming up is all the fall vibes, which I think you guys are really going to enjoy. So thank you so much for being here through it all, through every chapter. All right, Love you guys. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.